Alright guys, you're welcome once again. Online. I'm showing today on how I have been able to do it. So many of you have been asking me, why is it that I don't lose? Why is it that I'm always having consistent profit? In previous videos I've also shared some of the reasons, but in today's one I will just be telling you how I make my entries on Boom 1000. Alright, so we'll be limiting this video to Boom 1000, and if you're ready to really make consistent profit, you need to watch this video like 5 to 10 times if possible, just so you could get it very well. Alright, so the first thing you all need to know and you all need to do is this. Alright, let me clear this my horizontal lines that I have there. Now as you can see, I'm not using any indicator. I don't use indicators at all. Okay, so here's how I do that. And the first thing you will need to do is this. Come to the Boom 1000, just as you can see here. This is on Boom 1000. Okay, you open the chart and you have the chart like this. Now, what is the lowest low for today? This is the first thing I check, because this is actually a secret. All right. So what's the lowest for today? Now the lowest for today, remember, you don't check trend using 1 minute time frame. No, because for instance, I'm on M1, which is 1 minute time frame. I can't even see the whole thing that happened today at once without having to drag back and forth. Okay, so now I need to tap my screen, and then you can see M5 and all these other ones are what you use to check your trend. So I will go to M5. Good. Now going to M5, I can see the whole of today. You can see this is yesterday and this is today. All right, so I can see the whole of today at a glance without having to move here and there. Okay, so now the first line, horizontal line I'll be placing will be on my lowest for today. Now the lowest for today is down here, when the market got down here and then started going up. Okay, so the lowest for the day, I'm going to place an horizontal line there. How do you place an horizontal line? Just tap your screen, just tap once. Once you tap it once, click on these shapes here, click there, click, and once you click, you can see this horizontal line here. You have so many lines, but that's the one you're using. So you click on that and then you place it, just drop it anywhere at all. But then remember, you are dropping it on the lowest for the day. So this is the lowest for the day. But assuming you drop it at the center here mistakenly, all you need to do is click on that particular line you dropped and then drag it down. So this is the lowest for today. Okay. And then if you come back to quotes here, you can also check. Now if you look at it, this is low and this is high. So the low for the day, for instance, is 10131. So it's still the same. All right, if I return back here, so it's 10131. Now if you look at it, it's 10132 that I have here as my low for the day. So it's still the same, either 10131, 10132, 10133. It's all within the same axis. All right, so that's my low for the day. Now what is the highest for the day? Now sorry, after placing the horizontal line on the low for the day, the next line you need to place now will be at 100. So which means add 100 to the low for today that you have. Now I'm having 10132 as my low for today. Remember, it could be 10131, 10132, 10133 within that axis, or 10134. So add 100 to 10132. This will be 10232. So I'm clicking, tapping the screen, clicking on this to place another horizontal line, and then click here, click there, and then I am dropping this at 10232. So you can see, so which means my 10232 is within this axis, at least within here, 10232, 10232, anywhere within here. Okay, I could place it here or anywhere closer. Good. So it means I am not expected to even start scalping. Remember, um, this is a scalping strategy you're selling. And the reason why I decided to go for scalping is the fact that most of the time the market is being manipulated. And if you do not understand the manipulation, you would never succeed, even as a trader. You would never. So the reason why I always have consistent blues all the time, every single, and you've been seeing the record every single day, every single month. I always share the update as well. Is simply because God has helped me to understand the manipulation level, how market is being manipulated, and that's what is most important because candle patterns fail, trend changes, trend reverses, market is being manipulated, and there's no financial market that is not being manipulated, whether currency, commodity, or any market at all. But then once you can understand the manipulation level, you would be very safe and you won't have any fear of even losing, not stock of crashing your account. So this secret that I'm revealing is to make you not to even lose at all, not stock of coming to a point where you say you are crashing your account. No. And remember, your lot size also must be moderate. All right. Okay, good. So now I've placed my first line on the lowest for the day, and my second line 100 plus the lowest of the day, which gives within 10, 232 or 233 or 234 within here. Okay, good. Now I am not going to be selling until the market gets to 10, 232, which means I must be patient. Now remember what I've told you in the previous videos. If you're patient, it will always look like you're perfect. And if you want to have consistent blues without any loss, you can't avoid the key of being patient. And remember, I told you some of the things you need from the introduction video. You must have source of income if you truly want. Sorry, you must have other sources of income if you truly must be disciplined from trading. Because if trading is your only source of livelihood, there is a tendency that you would put pressure. And putting pressure means you may likely be taking some trades that you're not supposed to be taking. For instance, I am not expected to start trading until the market gets within a year at all. Alright, so good. So which means the first thing I need to consider is place my first line on 10232. Good. Now, remember, by the time I place this line, I'm assuming that the market hasn't even gotten to this level, because from the morning period, from morning, the market came to this point here, and if you check between here, when the market got to the lowest here and here, it's not up to 100. You can check that also. So let me place one horizontal line there so that we'll confirm that this is the first low that we had early in the morning. Now 181, and when the market got, now 181 plus 100, that's 281. So for instance, when the market got to this level, which was like the, for instance, if this was to be our low for today, this first line here, when the market got to this level and started spiking up, now you are supposed to place your line on 10282. That is, you are adding 100 to this, so that will give you 10282. So which means we are supposed to start making our entry at 10282. 10282 within, at least within there. You can increase the time frame to 15 minutes so that you can be able to see that 10282. Okay, 10281, 282 within here. But then if you look at it very well, the market didn't even get to this level before returning down. So by the time the market returned down, we are going to be changing our new low for the day, is what we'll be making use of now, which is 10132. So that's the reason why I am using 10132 and I'm not using this, because the market got low here, but then went higher, now came further below the previous low. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm making use of this particular low, because if I'm to make use of this particular low here, and then the market starts going up. It didn't even get to 100 level before returning down. But then by the time the market returned down, I calculated my 100 here and good. And then I'm waiting for the market to get there. Okay, so remember, you use 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and all the other time frame to check your trend, but you use 1 minute to make your entry. So which means I can't be on 15 minutes or 5 minutes and say I want to make my entry now. No. What I use in making entry is 1 minute. So just tap your screen and then return back. Click here to return to 1 minute time frame. All right, good. So I've returned back to 1 minute time frame. Now this was when the market got to this point and then it started going up, going up. Now, um, now as we kept on going, you can see the market now touched, at least got very close and exactly was now standing on the 10232 level, which is a very perfect entry to start scalping from. So when you make your entry, for instance, and you are scalping, look at it. This actually gave more than 7, 8, in fact more than 8, 9, 10 candles. This one also gave more than 15, 20 candles. And remember, my scalping is always 5, 6 minutes. At most, probably 8 minutes, depending on how the market is sitting well, or depending on how well the market is sitting. All right. So after doing that, for instance, if I miss this particular one, and now I am taking this particular one now. Now, after taking this particular one, I'll watch again where the market return down, 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 and then return back up again. If the market doesn't go very well down before returning up, then I need to be careful a little. Now, the reason why I need to be careful again is the fact that this is another thing you need to note. It's not just that, okay, the market has gone above it, then you start jumping in also. No, you don't jump in also. You're patient enough to wait. Now, after you finish scalping, you're assuming you missed this particular one, and then you picked this second one, for instance, and you're waiting that, okay, let the market balance well. Because if you check the trend, for instance, if you come to probably 1 hour trend or so, you'll notice that within this 100 axis, the market was actually ranging there before. Okay, so knowing fully well that the market was ranging there before, you can be patient enough to wait and say, okay, let me wait until the market starts ranging more within there, that is below this or within this 100 level. Now, having said that, what is the next time I'm supposed to make my entry? Now, the next time I'm supposed to make my entry is this. After drawing, when you notice the market has left the 100 level, now remember, when you notice the market has gone above the 100 level, which is what you've seen here, because the next spike went above 100, go back to your 5 minutes and then try to see the whole of today. And as you can see, when the market got above it, after placing your 100 line here, please add another 50 to this particular 10232. So 50 plus 10232, that would be 10282. You can use your calculator and place and do that. 10232 plus 50. Remember, you added 100 to this, to the lowest, to get this particular high here. Now you are adding 50 to this. So after adding 50, this would give you 10282. Okay, so I'm going to 15 minutes time frame so that I can see this very well, or 30 minutes. Okay, good. So I'm placing my next line at 10282 or 10281 or 10282 or 10283 within that side. Now, if you notice something, within 10280 or 10282 and 10232, the market seems to stay there very well before. Now look at what happened. This is what happened today. Now this is what happened before yesterday. Now this is what happened a day before yesterday. And then if you look at few days back again, you can see. So the market seems to stay there for some time before changing direction. So which means you can still take some few more trades within here. So what will not give you the guarantee for taking that few more trades here? Return back to your 1 minute. Good. Now after this 100 level, the market went up. You are not supposed to make your entry immediately sometimes, but sometimes you can also do that. But now if you notice this, there was a smooth market scalping here, another smooth, that's for this particular one, another smooth scalping here, that's two. Now naturally you should wait and watch what will happen, which is why I say patience is key. So now you should wait and be patient enough. So by waiting, after this spike, you're waiting to see what would happen, and then the market spiked again. Now after this second spike, you can actually enter without fear. So which means you are supposed to be making your entry here. Now by the time you made your entry, you can see a spike again. But then you don't need to be afraid, because it always return back, not only to give you your capital but also profit. And just as you can see here as well, it gave a whole lot of profit, as you can see, a whole lot. So that is what it means, and this is exactly what you need to do. Then once that happens, you can now watch after this level again. You can, because for instance, I scalped this, I think, yes, I scalped this particular one, but I didn't take, okay, yes, I took this and I also took this. And the reason why I did was because there were some irregularities before this particular one happened. And what I mean by irregularities was what happened on 1 minute time frame. Some spikes, the market couldn't stay spiked, so I just took, like, okay, the next two good spikes, I'm going to make my entry, and I did. And you can see the market is still coming down. All right. And another reason is the fact that I checked, for instance, I went to a 30 minutes or 1 hour time frame, for instance, and I noticed that within here, for instance, the market stayed longer there. All right. So that is exactly how you make your entries, and that's exactly how you do. And the best way you can actually do this is practice it very well on your demo account for at least 2 to 3, or even 2 to 3 weeks, or even 1 month, and make sure you're trading every day. Make sure you're in the market every day, because that will help you to understand the market perfectly. It will help you to know, okay, when to even take better risk, when not to even take any risk at all. For instance, I am not going to be taking any trades below 100, never. Below, that's 10232, below that level, I'm not going to be taking that for today. So for now, in fact, I'm going to be moving my 100 level to at least a little above, because what you're also considering is much area of resistance and support. Though for people that are just coming newly, you need to refer back to old videos so that you would understand what it means by area of resistance and support. But for now, you can just be scalping using this particular one. Even without understanding resistance or support, you can be making use of this, and then just practice it very well. Yourself naturally will start having perfect understanding, because the longer you stay in the market, the longer days, months, weeks, years you spend in the market, the more understanding you get. And remember, always stay in the market that blesses you a lot. Don't move here and there. Don't say, okay, I'm trading this and then I'll jump to another market, trade it, jump to boom 500, jump to crash. No, I have all these. That's because I understand them very well. And if you notice, recently I've only been trading boom 1000, because I have been missing my entries on other markets, my perfect entries on other markets. Okay, so guys, this is exactly how to go about it. Now, for the sake of the lot size, for those who are asking me, what kind of lot size should I be using to trade? Now, if you're trading from 1000 and you're using $100 lot capital, do not use more than 0.25. Do not use more than that. And ensure you're making a perfect entry. Wait, be patient. If you don't understand any other method of trading, if you don't understand trading with maybe the resistance and the support level, just wait, be patient, and then make your entry at 100 level and then above 100 level. So, and then make sure you practice very well. So if you're using $100 capital, use 0.25, or in some times you can use 0.3, but preferably use 0.25 or 0.2. That's proper risk management, so that in case if a trade should go against you, it will always return back, and then it won't crash your account before returning back. Because most of the reasons why people are victims is the fact that they are always using big lot size, and then by the time the market is about to return back, their capital is already wiped off and they're already out of the trade. So do not say, okay, you're using $100 and you're using one lot size, two lot size. That's terrible. And that means you don't know. In fact, if you're using one lot size on $100 capital, it means you don't actually understand the market. That's what it means. And if you're using $200 capital, that's when you can be talking of using 0.4 or 0.5. Yes, you can use 0.5 or 0.55 as the case may be, and then, but then it's better if you use 0.4 or 0.5 for $200 capital. And then if you're using more than that, then you can be increasing your lot size based on your capital. Do not increase your lot size based on your risk, based on your profit mentality, because most people are more profit oriented than consistency. Most people have profit mentality or profit mindset instead of having consistency mindset. So your mindset should be the fact that you must make profit consistently, not necessarily meaning that you must make money. No. So making profit consistently is better than saying you must make profit. Saying you must make profit simply means you must trade all the time. And that's the more reason you need to have streams of income. So if you don't have streams of income, I would advise make sure you try and do that, so you won't be putting much pressure and be trading when you're not supposed to be trading. Just as you can see, I've gone enter the trade, I'm already out waiting. And if there is another spike, and if the spike is not going to be above this 10,255 currently, I'm not going to be making this entry. No, I won't be making such an entry. So this is what I do that gives me consistent trading result. And you don't trade all the time. You don't say because yes, the market is there, then you trade. Or no, you don't do that also. You don't. Take the few trades you can take, leave the market and watch the market play out again. Because there are times the market can be manipulated to even 200 level. Yes, like if I go to 1 hour time frame, for instance, that is, the market can actually go above 200 for the day in terms of price movement or pips. So, which is why you need to try as much as possible that your entry must be the key reason and not the profit. Your entry must be the key thing you should be mindful of, not just the profit I want to make. Because if you want to make profit, you would have jumped in to this trade. But then you must be more mindful of the kinds of entry you make and not just the profit you make. All right. Remember, if you're patient, it will always look like you're perfect. All right. So, guys, this is just the brief summary of the Boom 1000 and how to make entry and the kind of lot size you should use trading Boom 1000 henceforth. All right, guys. So, do have a wonderful trading experience full of all blues. Remember, I remain Ola.